Please subscribe this channel and click the bell icon. 33 Simple food plan and health hints food regimen and exercise recommendations that work. All of us wish to be our fittest selves, but with so much recommendation floating around out there, it may be difficult to hone in on what healthcare guidelines definitely work. To make your lifestyles a bit simpler, we've rounded up a number of our go-to healthful methods to help you attain your most ambitious health pursuits even faster. Cleanstring alt say what's up to age 20. Whether or not you're heading off to spin type, boot camp, or another exercise, it is constantly predominant to hydrate so which you could keep energized and have your best exercise. Electrolyte-loaded athletic drinks, though, is usually a supply of useless energy, so ingesting water is usually great unless you are exercising for more than 1 hour, says Nugent. At that factor, feel free to go for standard Gatorade-type drinks and their calories, which will offer you a beneficial replenishment boost. But fear no longer for those who like just a little taste throughout your fitness. There are actually lower-cal sporting events drinks to be had, adds Nugent, so seem out for your grocery aisles. Cleanstring alt to find a great fitness friend or exercise chum is vastly priceless for retaining motivated. However, it's main to search out anybody who will inspire, not discourage. So make a record of your entire pastime-loving buddies, then see who suits this criteria, says Andrew Castor. And ASICs going for walks teach. Can your friend meet to exercise on a standard foundation? Is she supportive, now not disparaging, of your pursuits? And last, will your bud be able to preserve up with you and even push your limits in key exercises? In case you've bought any individual that matches all three, make this sell call. Cleanstring alt stock up on these even as there are lots of excellent for you foods out there. Some key parts make it a lot less complicated to fulfill your weight loss pursuits. Next, grocery retailer run. Be definite to place Nugent's high 3-weight reduction plan. Pleasant objects for your cart. Balsamic vinegar. It adds a pop of low-cal flavor to veggies and salads. In shell nuts, their protein and fiber keep you satiated, and fats-free undeniable yogurt, a creamy, comforting supply of protein. Plus, Greek yogurt additionally works wonders as a normal low-calorie base for dressings and dips, or as a tangy alternative to bitter cream, says Nugent. Talk a few multitasker. Cleanstring alt relieve those achy muscle tissues after a grueling workout. There's an excellent danger you are going to be feeling it. Speak me sore thighs, tight calves. Relieve post-fitness aches via submerging your scaled-down body in a bloodless tub, 50 to 55 levels Fahrenheit. You may have got to throw some ice cubes in to get it bloodless enough, for 10 to 15 minutes. Many high athletes use this trick to help minimize affliction after coaching classes, says Andrew Castor. And advice we adore, an athlete coaching for an fundamental raise should do not forget getting 1 to 2 massages per 30 days to support in training recovery, adds Castor. Now that's speak me our language. Cleanstring alt curb your sweet enamel. Received a late night time sugar craving that simply won't stop? To satisfy your candy tooth without pushing yourself over the calorie side, even in the late night hours, consider fruit first, says Jackie Nugent, Road, author of the Massive Inexperience Cookbook. So face up to that chocolate cake siren, and alternatively revel in a sliced apple with a tablespoon of nut butter, like peanut or almond, or fresh fig halves spread with ricotta. Then sleep sweet, knowing you're still on the correct, healthful track. Cleanstring alt purchase cozy sneaks. You shouldn't purchase kicks that hurt, bottom line. Your footwear must believe comfortable from the first step, says Andrew Castor. So save in the evening. Your toes swell during the day and stop in the late afternoon, so you need to buy when they are at their greatest. Additionally, make sure the sneaks are slightly roomy, ample as a way to wiggle your toes, however no more than that. They should be comfortable from the get-go, but Castor says they are going to be much more so after getting a just right 20 to 40 miles on them. Cleanstring alt pick your excellent tunes. Going for walks with music is a satisfactory strategy to get in a groove. Simply ensure it's no longer blasting too loudly, otherwise you is not going to hear these cars. To choose the perfect iPod playlist, consider about what gets you going. I do know a number of elite athletes that listen to what we might keep in mind, enjoyable music, similar to symphony track, even as they do a rough exercise, says Andrew Castor. So do not think such as you need to download Lady Gaga on the grounds that her tunes are imagined to pump you up. Go together with any tune that you in finding uplifting. Cleanstring alt went away. You have got been following your eating regimen for a whole week. Way to move. Now it's time to start tracking your development and be certain pesky kilos don't in finding their method again on. It is satisfactory to step on the size in the morning earlier than eating or consuming, and prior to plunging into your everyday routine, says Nugent. For essentially the most reliable quantity, be certain to examine your poundage at a regular time, whether or not every day or weekly. Cleanstring alt police your parts. Does your steak soak up more than half of your plate? Consider about slicing your serving of pork in half of. That's because it can be exceptional to check out and fill one half your plate with veggies or a mixture of veggies and fresh fruit, says Nugent, so that it is tougher to overdo it on the extra caloric dishes, like cheesy potatoes or barbecue sauce slathered ribs. Yum. Cleanstring Alt Fight Cocktail Hour. Is it women night? If you understand, you'll be able to be imbibing a couple of drink, feel, and sip right by means of invariably ordering water between cocktails, says Nugent. That approach, you will not rack up sneaky liquid energy and destroy your inhibition to resist those mozzarella sticks. But your age 20 would not ought to be ho-hum. Make it festive by means of ordering the glowing style with plenty of fruit like a lime, lemon, and orange wedge in a martini or highball glass, provides Nugent. Cleanstring Alt. Consume this, run that. When you've got a 5 or 10k, you get to consume more with a 1/2 or full marathon. For your calendar, it can be made to plan out what you're going to consume the morning of the significant day, anything so one can hold you fueled and in addition go down convenient. Whilst each person is extraordinary, we always have just right good fortune with a high carbohydrate breakfast equivalent to a small bowl of oatmeal with fruit or a couple of portions of toast with peanut butter or cream cheese, says Andrew Castor, who additionally advises eating around 200 to 250 peculiarly carb calories about 90 minutes before you heat up to your run. And don't fear about nixing your AM caffeine repair on race day. Espresso is high quality for athletic performances, Castor adds, considering it makes you sharper and can even offer you increased power. Talk about buzz important. Cleanstring Alt. Turn your cheat day round feeling guilty about that giant ice cream sundae you loved at your niece's birthday social gathering? Do not beat yourself up. It takes a lot of calories, 3,500, to gain a pound of body fats. So particularly, that one-off day does not mainly outcome in any enormous way to achieve, says Nugent. It can be about what you do day after today, and the day after that's relatively important, so do not stay off monitor. So be definite to whittle away at these further calories over the following day or two, ideally by boosting pastime as an alternative than consuming too little. Hunger is not the healthy answer. Cleanstring Alt. Run with this earlier than you hit the road. Make certain you're packing these key staples: a watch to log your total time, or a fancy GPS to monitor your mileage, an iPod with satisfactory amp you up track, a phone cell if you don't intellect conserving onto it, and a Rodid, a bracelet that involves all your principal info, $20, Rodid.com. And on a sunny day, wear sunglasses. They diminish glare, which will slash squinting, finally releasing the anxiety on your shoulders, says Andrew Castor. And that is a efficiency bonus, on account that relaxing them helps conserve energy to your runs. What's up? We will take a lift the place we can get it. Cleanstring Alt. Be a weekend warrior. You've got been following your healthy diet weight reduction plan to the letter, however enter the weekend. To deal with 3 nights of consuming temptations, feel, birthdays, weddings, dinner events, up your undertaking stage for the week. For instance, try taking another 15-minute stroll round your place of business each day, suggests Nugent. Then, go on and indulge just a little on the soiree, guilt-free. An extra get-together trick? Experience a 100-calorie snack earlier than a party, which is able to help you devour fewer munchies on the event. Cleanstring Alt. Fun up your food. It can be convenient to get in a diet rut, even though you are loading up on flavorful fruits and veggies. The answer? Have a lot of spices, recent herbs, and lemons at your cooking beck and make contact with. It is powerful what a bit sprint of spice, sprinkle of herbs, pinch of lemon zest, or squirt of lime juice can do to liven up a dish, and your weight loss plan, says Nugent. The exceptional section, they contain almost no calories. Test along with your dinner, tonight. Cleanstring Alt. Up your activity. How have you learnt when to broaden your recreation? The general rule of thumb is to up the quantity of miles run, for races half of marathon size and longer, by 5 to 10% every week, advises Andrew Castor. See our coaching agenda at wellness.com, yes you can, which publications you on the way to broaden your mileage. Cleanstring Alt. Have a fruity ice cream sundae next time your family or pals come to a decision to make an ice cream run. Don't fear about being unnoticed of the fun. Order a fresh and tremendous refreshing ice cream sundae, piled excessive with diced kiwi, pineapple, and strawberries. You'll get a serving of delish fruit, no hefty calorie-laden toppings required. Cleanstring Alt. Swap out your sneakers. While we now have all heard that jogging sneakers ruin down after logging lots of miles, about 300 to 350, you may still be protecting onto your fave pair. They match just proper. They're so comfortable, not a good idea. Glue tends to collapse beneath ultraviolet mild, as do the opposite materials that make up the shoe, says Andrew Castor. So despite the fact that your sneaks have simplest 150 miles on them, however are more than 2 years historic, recycle them. Try onlyworldrunning.com or recycledrunners.com, considering that possibilities are they've already began deteriorating. And ordinarily of thumb, constantly maintain tabs on how many miles you've logged on them. Tedious, however you can be happy with how a ways you could have long passed. Cleanstring Alt. Snag the right aid. Certain, your yoga physical games brass works first class for downward canine, but in terms of going for walks, you'll need one that's designed to lock them in for all that pavement pounding. So what will have to you look for? The satisfactory sporting events brass are unfastened across the chest so that you could broaden your ribs and diaphragm extra readily. But they will have to also be form-fitting, says Dina Castor, an American marathon record holder and 2004 Olympic marathon bronze medalist. Simply make sure the cup is manufactured from comfortable material, like a gentle compression material. Look for descriptions that incorporate the terms breathability and compression. You don't want to be itching at mile 2. Cleanstring Alt relieve these facet stitches. You comprehended, a pointy suffering just below the rib cage that invariably appears to pop up when you are understanding your hardest. It can be called the aspect stitch, and it may be a most important nuisance, exceptionally when it maintains you from finishing an exercise. To ease the agony, so that you may get on together with your run, take your fist and press it underneath your rib cage while taking deep breaths from your belly for about 10 steps. In about 30 seconds, the discomfort must subside, so you could get on again to fitness work. Cleanstring Alt shake your manner slim unwell of that elliptical or bike or workout DVD? That suggests it is time to mix up your activities. Our favorite manner, destroy a sweat with the aid of moving and shaking. Conveniently make a playlist with your favorite reduce a rug tunes. Ladies just need to have enjoyable. Single ladies, put a hoop on it, then flip up the quantity and start breaking it down. For even more fun, invite some gal neighbors over and get grooving and laughing. The pleasant section is that you'll each burn about 200 to 600 calories per hour. Now that is something to shimmy about. Cleanstring Alt fuel for health planning on determining up the PC. The next day? Eat food a good way to aid hold you going strong. For breakfast, opt for an excessive carbohydrate meal, one similar to what you'll be able to be eating on race day, so that you would be able to discover what foods digest nice for you. Trying an entire grain English muffin or a bagel with peanut butter or a low-fats cream cheese. Then, have a well-rounded meal. Submit exercise to help with restoration. Andrew Castor's favorite? 1 to 2 slices French toast with a facet of fruit. The protein to carbohydrate ratio is excellent for boosting my healing, he says. We like that it's tremendous yummy, too. Cleanstring Alt say goodbye to peer stress. Even supposing you have been consuming right on monitor, it can be rough to remain on monitor in case your associate, co-workers, or neighbors don't share your healthful consuming habits. What to do? In case your partner loves pizza, are attempting ordering a pie that's heavy on the veggies and lightweight on the cheese, then complement it with a side salad. Or, if your buddies are having a girls' night out, recommend a restaurant that's got healthy appetizer options, alternatively of the normal fare of onion rings and cheese dip. And at work, as a substitute of Friday baked goods day, suggest a Friday, make it healthful day, and swap in baked pears with cinnamon or mini fruit and nut cakes for muffins and blondies. Cleanstring Alt get pleasure from your carbs. When trying to slim and trim, you can be tempted to take drastic measures like slicing out your carbs. But before you go and add dinner rolls and chips to your list, recall that yummy foods like brown rice, pumpernickel bread, and even potato chips incorporate resistant starch, a metabolism-boosting carb that keeps you full for longer. And that's high quality for keeping fit your needs when you consider that you won't need to eat as so much to consider satiated. So go on, rip open that single-serve bag of Lay's. Cleanstring Alt ditch your working lunch. Munching to your lunch whilst on the computer would lead to mindless grazing, consistent with a study in the American Journal of Scientific Diet. People who ate their midday meals at the same time enjoying a laptop sport ended up eating extra cookies 30 minutes later than people who hadn't been gaming. So carve out 20 minutes a day. We know, you may have got 1 million matters to do, however, and devour in your conference room or outside your whittled waistline with thank you. Cleanstring Alt slather up. There's no denying it, getting the fresh air from exercising outdoor is satisfactory. However, together with it, you also get the dangerous UV rays. To preserve yourself shielded whilst still having enjoyable in the sun, decide upon a sweat-proof screen with SPF 30 or better. Seam out for types that say water-resistant or water-resistant on the bottle. Phrases regulated by using the FDA, a lip balm with SPF 15 or better, a lightweight hat, and exercises shades. Additionally, bear in mind buying and selling for your white tee and as a substitute going for a shirt with constructed in UV protection. A rating of 30 UVP is crucial to be awarded the Skin Cancer Basis seal of advice. A white t-shirt has a ranking of 10. And bear in mind, the rays are at their brightest from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., so attempt to plan a before or publish work sweat session. Cleanstring Alt slim up your snack. It is tough to restrict that 3 p.m. stomach rumble, when nothing can stand between you and the administrative center vending desktop. And at the same time it is first rate to consume whatever to maintain you over unless dinner correctly. We inspire it. Some choices will aid you preserving your weight loss track, whilst others can undoubtedly derail you. So on the vending computing device, as a substitute of selecting the ever so tempting percent of Twizzlers, are trying a 100-calorie cookie PC. Or a Nature Valley granola bar. Hire but carry a snack from residence. We're enthusiasts of sliced veggies dipped in hummus. Delish. Cleanstring Old Run chafe-free. There is nothing fun about chafing. That you could get the rash, prompted by means of moisture and regular friction, to your thighs, around your exerciser's bra, and even below your fingers, to call just a few scorching spots. To prevent the subsequent occurrence, are attempting rubbing on an anti-chafe stick like Bodyglide for her anti-chafing stick, $9, Amazon.com, in any spots which have the capabilities to chafe. Moisture wicking fabrics aid, too, so if you have a number of quick-dry shirts, Nike, Asics, and Beneath Armour all make them, shop these on your lengthy runs or rough workouts, when chafing is without doubt to occur. Cleanstring Alt in finding healthy fast food. Have got to work late tonight and wish dinner, in a hurry? To not fear. If you in finding rapid food is your most effective alternative, pull up the restaurant's diet information online earlier than you go. You could make an instructed determination forward of time about what to order. Nearly each rapid provider restaurant has a relatively healthful option or two, says Nugent. We're pondering salads, chili, or grilled chook. Some local, healthful, on-the-run dishes, the vegetarian burrito bowl at Chipotle, the Bangkok curry at Noodles and Organization, and the tomato basil biscuit au bon sauce. Cleanstring Alt, be a mighty maintainer. The tip is here. 3 cheers for all your rough work. However, that doesn't mean it's time to put on the brakes. To maintain your weight, you still must make those intelligent choices at eating places, work, and residence. Seam into getting a weight reduction plan confidant, who you could chat with once a week about your eating highs and oh no's. And stick to utilizing that scale so which you could be proactive if just a few further pounds creep back on. Don't let your pastime hobbies trade either, due to the fact even if you have no more kilos to lose, you can nonetheless be figuring out your ticker. And we heart that. Cleanstring Alt up your fiber intake along with protein and just right for you fats. Fiber is a type of vitamin factors that continues you full and fueled all day lengthy. And for those who are seeking to get match and shed kilos, fiber is your nice friend. In fact, in a single an American Heart Organization trained contributors who ingesting 30 grams of fiber a day ended up losing weight and improving their heart well-being. So with regards to staying healthy and slim, aim for that 30-gram fiber goal. Cleanstring Alt workout in the morning. Definite, it may be a ache to drag yourself away from bed for a morning exercise. However, in line with a gain knowledge of from Appalachian State Institution, identifying a 45-minute a.m. sweat sesh would rationale a metabolic spike, serving to your body continue to burn a further 190 calories for the period of the day. Cleanstring Alt have a hearty breakfast by means of. Now you're more commonly tired of listening to how breakfast is the primary meal of the day, but this tired piece of recommendation couldn't be more real. In one train completed on the Imperial School of London, participants who skipped breakfast have been more tempted to arrive for unhealthy, excessive calorie foods later within the day. And in case you want extra proof to consume that a.m. meal, additional study observed that females had a greater drop in ghrelin, the hunger hormone, when they ate a hearty breakfast versus a small one.